All right. Well, um, welcome to match day 6. How's it going, everybody? As you can see over here on the right, we got a couple losses yesterday. Not much to tell here. They got Salonen and um, they got Lemniscate, which, at the time I was just thinking about the wrong thing. FOD too, which played reasonably difficult. So I guess we just weren't going to beat them on that day. So that drops us down to 6th place. No idea if we'll be able to recover with so many people ahead of us. I mean, I know it's only through 5 match days, but that is a lot of people now that are up on us. So who knows if we'll be able to, come back or not, given that, there's not a lot of separation here. A lot of people have the same number or similar numbers of TCA as we do. So that's unfortunate. It's tough to win, I played poor defense. June did no Salonen. When I saw Salonen pop up, I thought he might not. And I realized I should have probably been more aggressive about the Bubba Gump Shrimp thing, but it really did feel like, my knowledge of June's knowledge of movies, which is a weird thing to say, is that he knows the Oscar lists really well. And so I would have thought maybe he would have, either guessed that or have seen it and remembered there was shrimp restaurants named for it. So who knows? Anyway, I got double smashed. I got perfect defense played against me twice. Guess that's what happens when you make videos. All right, and so we'll go ahead and move on to match day 6. All right. Yeats. Facts. Partner, Iris, Racer, Genius, and Social are among words that, when preceded by a certain prefix, refer to currently existing smartphone apps. What is that prefix, which is itself the name of a popular app and likely the inspiration for all the others? Are there many prefixes that are the names of apps? Excuse me. Oh, Uber Eats. Is that a thing? Uber Racer? Uber Racer's a thing, right? Yeah, I think that's got to be it. Uber is a prefix. Definitely the name of a popular app. Uber Racer, I think I've heard of before. So we'll just do that. All right. Question 2. It is generally understood that the Lords of Pittsburgh, dubbed by novelist Edith Wharton in 1934, referenced 5 multimillionaires, 4 of whom built their fortunes in heavy industry: Carnegie, Frick, Mellon, and Westinghouse. What entrepreneur and pickle king was the 5th? All right. Well, there's only one major food entrepreneur that I associate with Pittsburgh. I was just in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. They still have a big sign over the old factory for Heinz. Not sure what Heinz's first name is. Henry Heinz? Is that right? That might be right. Good news is it's LearnedLeague, and even in most trivia formats, nobody would make you know their first name. So, all right. What is the English foursome in any order that corresponds but does not precisely translate to the French pique, coeur, carreau, et trèfle? Well, coeur is heart for sure. Oh, I guess spades, diamonds, clubs. Yeah, those are suits of cards. I think I've heard of carreau. Yeah, I've sort of heard of these before. Yeah. I don't have a lot of good stories. I've sort of heard of this before, but a lot of these are kind of puzzly, so I'm happy to be pulling that out. But yeah, Kerr is heart, and it's a set of 4 things. It's got to be right? Okay. Ugh. Question 4. What 4-digit number, famous in the world of computer hacking and phreaking, is the primary title of the publication subtitled Hacker Quarterly? I have no idea. I'm not going to have any idea. It's the frequency in hertz of the tone that's signaled to a telephone switch that a call has ended, leaving an open and exploitable line to provide free long-distance and international calls. Coincidentally, it's also the frequency of the tone produced by a toy whistle included with Captain Crunch cereal. Yeah, and I think the story is that they would use the Captain Crunch whistle to steal phones. I have no idea. So it's in hertz. It's probably some 100. Um, 4,400. That's odd number of connection. Could be that too. Yeah, I mean it's the best I got. I got nothing. Are either of these people computer types? This feels like an auto 3 for both people. That feels extremely hard, unless you're really into that area, which is totally fine. But I don't think anybody else knows. Probably that could go under 10%. If you ask me. All right. What was the name of the largest city, altipetal of pre-Columbian Mesoamerica? City in Nahuatl, okay. Which was built on an island in Lake Texcoco on the site of present-day Mexico City, blah, 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 center of the Aztecs, okay. Tenochtitlan, that's a lot of information. Could have stopped that question early, made it harder. In order to make it easier, you say more things. It's fine. This question, you'll see that World Quizzing Championships is this weekend. Having seen the last few years worth of tests, you notice that that's what they do too. You just sort of have a key fact, but then you decide, does this need to be an easy question or a hard question? Sometimes the fact is hard enough that giving 6 clues is going to raise the get rate, but maybe not high enough. But this one's not terribly difficult. I think most people might have guessed Tenochtitlan anyway. All right, question 6. 2 sovereign island nations within the Indian Ocean, despite differing in area by a factor of 9, have roughly the same population at a little over 20 million. What are these 2 countries? Madagascar 9 times as big as Sri Lanka? I don't think there's 20 million people in Mauritius. Those are about the only options, right? I mean, I guess there's like Singapore. Ugh. Is that in the Indian Ocean technically? Like when you get over there, I start to get unsure about what's in the Indian Ocean and what's in like straits and stuff. Does Madagascar have 20 million people? I feel like Madagascar being 9 times as large as Sri Lanka is probably true. I also feel like Singapore is not 9 times smaller than Sri Lanka. I feel like it's a lot smaller than any of those. So yeah, let's go with Madagascar and Sri Lanka. So yeah, I mean, a lot of Bahrain, isn't that technically in the Indian Ocean because it's in, but this is what we're gonna do. In the Indian Ocean, to me, feels like it should be in the main Indian Ocean, but that's not entirely fair. There's just so many things that are offshoots of the Indian Ocean, especially that are like so separate, like the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf and stuff. But I don't know. Anyway, anybody with a world history over 70% is going to get Tenochtitlan. That might be just the easiest one, just because it's not tricky at all. Geography. How are we? Geography, we are decent. These apps. See, yeah, this is tough. I feel like, okay. Well, I feel like feel like Matt Frost is going to know the Pittsburgh one. He's not from Pittsburgh, but he did go to. He's from like Virginia, and he would definitely know that Heinz is associated with Pittsburgh. Yeah, I feel like the other gentleman would too, even though he's from San Diego. Heinz Field and all that. 80% in sports. He knows where the Steelers play. So that's Steelers play at Heinz Field. So if you're even half decent at sport, it's going to occur to you, I think. Okay. Language, 90%. All right. Well, that's an easy one as well. His language is 50%. Maybe we can give it a 2. Might not know Kerr. If you don't, the other ones are harder, I think, because peak is, yeah, I think of it as like, is that one spade? I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Madagascar and Sri Lanka is missable. Uber is missable. I feel sort of good about that. Like, they're both something you could be like, oh, like after the fact. Now, Matt Frost is, definitely in my peer group. I believe he's among the oldest of our peer group. So he's probably a little bit less likely to be an Uber guy or an Uber racer guy. That's like so stereotypy because people are totally differently into their smartphone apps and stuff like that, depending. But my general sense of Matt is that's not his bag really. So like this double tech questions today probably doesn't play right into his wheelhouse, which is unfortunate for him. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and submit. It is Uber, good deal. Uber racer, right? Yeah. Okay. Henry Hines, H.J. Hines, Henry Hines. Yeah, probably. Okay. Spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. I guess we got it in order. 2600. Is that familiar to me? It is not. No. Okay. Tenochtitlan and Madagascar and Sri Lanka. Yeah, I think Singapore and like Bahrain or whatever are like extremely small, so it wouldn't be 9 times smaller. There might be 20 million people in Singapore. I'm glad we got that right and didn't miss anything that was a better answer. So anyway, so we got our 5 today. I feel like, unfortunately, this hacking business sticks out like a sore thumb. As far as I feel like I very well might get 3'd on that. I'm entirely happy that this is what it is because I don't feel like I've never heard of that really. So, okay, well, I'll take the 5 and hopefully we don't just get tied up or, hopefully we can find some margin there. So anyway, although that is, I don't know, not obvious. Anyway, all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.